we're going to be baking the healthiest version of banana bread. If you're trying to run away from sugar, this is the banana bread that you need to be baking in your house. In the regular Quaker oats that you can find in any store, and I'm sure a lot of people have in their house. So in order to make it as cake-like as possible and even more chewable, we are going to blend this until it is a fine flour texture. Let's go. See, now that it is blended, it is not as fine in texture as the regular flour, which is definitely more workable and chewing than the regular. The recipe does not use sugar, and bananas are naturally sweet, so in order to get it as sweet as possible, using as much bananas as you possibly can is very advisable. And this is a good number of bananas to use. If your bananas are bigger than this, you can use 5. If they are smaller than this, you can use about 8 or 9. So now it's time to mix everything together. First thing that we will do is pour our blended banana. I'm going to try and get as much as possible out. You cannot miss it. And now that I've done that, the next thing I want to do is going to add our eggs and mix it together. The recipe does not need a lot of stress and manpower. This is a half cup of oil. You can always use honey, and then if you want, you can also use sugar, but because this is as healthy gets, for the sake of this recipe, we're going to use dates powder. This is 1/3 cup of dates. Then we're gonna mix it together. Try to get out all the lumps. Got the colors, beautiful color of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking soda to eat. A teaspoon of vanilla. It's not going to change the flavor, it will just enhance the flavor. So I'm going to again blend that in with my whisk as much as possible. We'll look at what the batter looks like. Now we're going to add 1.5 cups of blended oats to this mixture. Next, you're going to grab your spatula. You do not need your whisk anymore, and just gently fold it in. So now we're going to pour the mixture into our prepared pan. So when you have poured your mixture into your pan, you're going to tap it on for 2 reasons. 1, you want the batter to level up as much as possible. If there's any air trapped in the batter, it comes out. The pretty food is good to eat. There we go. So let's top this with some nuts and some raisins. So right here, I have some macadamia nuts, some almonds, some cashew nuts, and some raisins. Just going to scatter them, not too much. Depends on your preference actually. I'm going to take this to the oven. You don't want to bake it at a very hot oven temperatures because again it's not using the normal things. So you are going to bake it as a low temperature. I've put the loaf in the oven. I've set my temperature. Like I said, you don't want to bake it at a very high temperature. You want to bake it as gentle as possible. We're going to leave it there for at least 35 minutes before we begin to check. This is our banana loaf. It is done. It is ready. My hands are clean, please. And you can see the texture. It is soft. So you're not compromising on the softness or the moistness of the cake. And you still get a very healthy banana loaf that anybody can munch on. The design that I'm going to be showing today is called a bas-relief technique. People that draw and artistic people will understand it because they use it a lot. But when it comes to the cake industry, I think the first person that used it will be Maggie Austin. So we will credit her as the originator of the design on cake. So I'll be showing you how I make it, and I'm pretty sure that you would love it. It's quite different. These are the tools that we're going to use today. This is already made fondant. So remember I said that a bas-relief technique is objects protruding from a flat surface. So you can see this mold. This was the mold we used. And all this is fondant. I will be placing these and all this on these cakes. And then I will further accentuate with this extra fondant cutouts that I have. So I have sprayed or dusted this fondant with water so that it's easy to stick these on the cake. They easily blend with the texture of the outer swing. This is what it's beginning to look like. And now I'm going to paint just this top bottom to give it some color contrast while maintaining elegance. And nothing speaks elegance like gold and white. This is the bas-relief cake. You can see how it came out, looking artistic and a bit of vintage, and of course very, very elegant. You can never go wrong with gold and white. And here also we have our healthy, extremely healthy banana loaf cake. Look at how it came out. I'm going to be cutting it so that we can see what it looks like on the inside. This is what it looks like on the inside, and I can tell you it is soft. Now, the texture will be different from the regular flour because, of course, this is oats that we blended to have this, but it's still yummy and very, very easy to make.